Hello and thanks for joining us. A mother was in Maple Grove on Monday sharing a painful story. Her daughter was killed in a car crash, but her 3 grandchildren survived because they were in car seats. Now she's asking every driver to make sure their kids travel safe.
Who drives with a child? Buckle them up. Don't take a chance, not even once.
That's Jennifer Starkson, whose daughter died in a crash last year. She met with public safety officials at the Maple Grove Fire Department to drive home the importance of safe car seats. It's part of a statewide push to reduce the number of people killed in traffic accidents. Law enforcement officials say they're ramping up seatbelt patrols next week. Meanwhile, the Maple Grove Fire Department, Police Department, and North Memorial Health will offer car seat checkups on September 27th. Officials say even short trips can be dangerous for kids without a proper car seat.
I'll tell you, the hardest part of our job isn't writing tickets. It's knocking on a door to tell a family their loved one isn't coming home because they weren't buckled up or properly secured in a car seat. That's a moment that no one forgets.
Officials stress that adults are also safer in a vehicle when wearing a seatbelt. Of the nearly 500 people killed in traffic accidents in 2024, about 100 were not wearing a seatbelt. Voters in Brooklyn Park will be making an important decision at the ballot box this week. The special election to fill Representative Melissa Hortman's seat closes at 8 on Tuesday night. Democrat XP Lee and Republican Ruth Bittner are facing off for the House 34B seat. Hortman and her husband were assassinated in their Brooklyn Park home this June. She has held the seat since 2005 and served as Speaker of the House before her death. We'll be covering the election results, so keep an eye out. A Plymouth church paid off its debt in a matter of months. I share how its community came together to make that happen.
I think we have found our home, and so that's how I got here. An act of God.
A church's foundation is its people.
I'm an old guy.
When Phil Zietlow first came to Messiah Church,
Back then, there were no stop signs or stop lights, anything like that. It was really country.
it and Plymouth were much smaller.
The room that we're in now is the sanctuary.
After what Zietlow calls many leaps of faith, the church grew.
That's been a 60-year adventure.
But as its building and outreach expanded, so did its debt. As head trustee, Zietlow noticed something. The church was paying around $90,000 to the bank each year. If they could pay that off, the money could go into the community.
I was like, well, if we have a capital campaign, I really believe the people in this church will get together, see the need, and get behind it and make it happen.
We continue to be a church that shows up.
And to Pastor Tammy Lucart's delight, the congregation made it happen.
We launched it in late May, and by the middle of August, this church had donated enough, more than $422,000 that we completely paid off the mortgage.
We celebrate a new beginning, being a debt-free church.
Paid off and then some in just a few months, thanks to its people.
I was impressed.
Can you give me a Yahoo?
The church celebrated in September with a mortgage burning ceremony in its parking lot.
It felt so good to come together as one big family and then to walk out into that parking lot on such a beautiful Sunday morning and to just celebrate together.
Back inside, the back of the sanctuary holds a reminder of the church's small beginnings and a reminder of all it can be.
This really historic moment in the life of this church, that all the gifts that are given can now be deployed into mission in this community.
Pastor Lucart says there are plenty of places the freed up funds could go. Their affordable early child care center, their international ministries in Kenya, or other community partners, to name a few. A group of musicians from a Plymouth music school celebrated a major achievement earlier this month. As Delane Cleveland reports, a band of elementary school students shined on the brightest stage against national competition.
This is the Downtown Northern Blues, and we're gonna be playing Uptown Funk!
The sound of pop music is alive and well in the Northwest Metro.
Don't believe me, just watch, come on!
And it's coming from some of its youngest musicians.
The thing that I love about Bach to Rock is it teaches every part of being a musician.
Jake Shulock is the owner of Bach to Rock, a music school with more than 200 students that opened 7 years ago.
If a kid comes in wanting to learn metal or classical or jazz, we have a curriculum that kind of gives us the skeleton that we can use to apply to whatever they want to learn.
As part of the curriculum here, students are grouped into a band so they learn how to play with other people.
Yeah, I think music is a really creative form of art.
Levi Bartlove is the lead singer and keyboard player for the Downtown Odin Blues.
I just like that there is nice teachers that support all of us, and we learn a lot of stuff.
Case in point, the group spent a couple of months composing this original song.
Vampires from the moon! Come into!
It's a song they played at Bacharach's National Battle of the Bands competition earlier this month. The judges liked their performance so much that they awarded the band first place in the elementary school division. They beat out nearly 30 bands from across the nation.
When we found out that we got first place, me, my mom, my sister, we were screaming, screaming.
In the first 5 years of the competition, this is the first win for the Plymouth location.
I mean, there's close to 60 schools in the company. Competition is tough, so to finally win one was a big deal for us.
Girls, it's hallelujah.
The band still has a lot of work to do before headlining at First Ave, but this win is certainly a good start. In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
The band is hoping for a repeat win at next year's Battle of the Bands competition. They're working on their next original song, which is about video games.
After a win over Coon Rapids in the season opener, the Osseo football team lost to a good Centennial squad in Game 2. They look to get back on track against Rogers Friday. Chaz Moots has the highlights.
It's been a decade since the Orioles won the 2015 state championship. Osseo taking time to honor that team at halftime against Rogers. In the game itself, a long drive in the first quarter ends in a 23-yard field goal for Osseo. Second quarter, Orioles back on offense. Nice play here. Wes Kranz finds Noah Graves out of the backfield. Graves runs over a couple Royals on his way to a big gain. That puts Osseo in the red zone. Shortly after, Kranz plunges in from the 1. Osseo goes in front by 10. Right before the half, Rogers looking to get on the board. Ethan Fortin on a 4th and 3 is picked off by Stefan Barsonis. The senior jumps the route and takes it back 60 yards for a pick 6 with just 43 seconds left in the first half. 17-zip, Orioles up. Rogers scored on their opening drive of the second half, but Osseo answers right back. Kranz one-step drop, puts it in the bucket. It's Barsonis again making a big-time play. Osseo up by 3 scores, 24-7. Fourth quarter, Rogers trying to rally. Fortin goes deep down the left side of the field, connects with JT Lutkin. A 48-yard touchdown strike makes it 24-14. The Royals did get the ball back and had a chance to pull within 1 score, but the Oriole defense locked down late. The Orioles get a big win on their home turf. In Osseo, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The Wayzata football team started the season 2-0. They were looking to break into the win column with a Week 3 win at home.
The Trojans at home to face St. Michael Albertville. First offensive series of the game for the Knights, and Wyatt Mosier finds a crease and fights and slides through for a 26-yard gain. He would later score on a 2-yard run at 7-0. Second quarter, STMA with the ball again, but this time Will Eitzinger breaks through the line and gets to the running back Braylon Bohm in the backfield for a tackle for loss. That forces a punt, and on the next drive for Wayzata, Thor Sukup goes 2 yards straight ahead for the touchdown. They add a 2-point conversion to go ahead 8-7. Big special teams play right before halftime. STMA's Antonio Rios gets the punt block. Mosier recovers for the Knights inside the Wayzata 15-yard line. And it sets up this TD. Bohm from a yard out sneaks in for the score. The Knights add a 2-point conversion, and they lead 15-8 at the half. And it stays that way until the final minute of the game. Sukup back to pass, finds a wide open John Evans downfield. It's a 30-yard touchdown with 47 seconds to play, and the Trojans are within one. Wayzata goes for the two-point conversion in the lead, but this time the Knights come up with the stop as Beckett Young knocks down the pass at the line of scrimmage. STMA scores its first win of the season, 15-14 at Wayzata.
Brooklyn Center football started the season with one-sided wins over Minneapolis South and Camden. They knew the competition would get a little tougher when they took on another 2-0 team in Week 3.
The Centaurs at home for this one to take on 2-0 St. Croix Lutheran. Opening drive of the game for the Crusaders, and Elijah Larson goes up the middle 14 yards. It's a touchdown and an early 7-0 lead. Later in the first quarter, William Anderson, a nice play-action fake to a wide-open Griffin Schmeiderberg, a 37-yard touchdown pass. Crusaders are up 14-0. Down 21-0, the Centaurs get on the scoreboard on this play. Larry Smith throws to Rodney Pierce Tyler Jr. for the touchdown. 11 yards on the play, it's 21-6. Second quarter, the give to Alpha Miwe, and he runs it in from 11 yards out. Centaurs within 9 at 21-12. That's as close as they'd get. Colin Avery takes the pitch, and he runs 34 yards for a touchdown here for St. Croix Lutheran. The Crusaders total 334 yards rushing on the night, and they throw for another 87. St. Croix Lutheran wins big at Brooklyn Center, 56-20 the final. John Jacobson, CCX Sports.